Welcome, Fruition Council members.
Welcome to the August 2024 Full Moon in Aquarius Guided Meditation. This is our last full moon before we kick off eclipse season. And so for us to have the most amount of transformation through to the end of this year, we want to make sure that we are releasing as much as we can with this new moon. And I've designed this meditation to help you do that. This moon has the moon in Aquarius and the sun in Leo, which are opposing signs in astrology. Leo focuses on how we can celebrate our uniqueness and love ourselves unconditionally, while Aquarius focuses on how we can celebrate our and other people's uniqueness, understanding that the collective is made of individuals. The energy of this moon is really about coming into and celebrating, loving unconditionally who you are as an individual at the truest form of yourself, while also recognizing that when you step into the truth of who you are, you raise the consciousness and vibration of the collective, that we are both a part and a whole. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and find a quiet place to sit or lie, taking a couple nice deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just allowing these nice deep breaths to fully relax your body as you allow your eyes to gently float shut. And just feeling anywhere in your body where there is tension or tightness, breathing into these areas, and as you exhale, releasing and letting go of them. They no longer serve you. In this meditation, we are going to focus on releasing anything that no longer serves you, anything that is blocking you from being connected to the truest form of yourself and from loving yourself fully. So recalling now any times when you criticized yourself, you shamed yourself, and seeing that version of you or those versions of you standing in front of you now. Could be you at whatever age you were when you felt this self-criticism and when you found yourself shaming yourself. And saying to these versions of you, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And allowing these younger versions of you to be bathed with an infinite source of love, light, healing, wisdom, and understanding, pouring through the top of their heads, filling them up until they're totally whole and healed now. And allow this light from the universe to give them whatever resources they needed at that time to stay out of self-judgment, to stay out of self-shame, and instead to embrace self-forgiveness and self-love and self-acceptance. These resources could be things like self-love, the ability to forgive, or even learning a lesson. And when that's complete, go ahead and give these younger versions of you a hug, letting them know that you love them and you're proud of them. have them merge into you and grow up to be the person you are today with all those resources in place. Bringing to mind now any time that you did not fully love yourself, and allowing those versions of you that you did not fully love or even fully accept to come stand in front of you now, and saying to them, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And see an infinite source of love, light, healing, wisdom, and understanding pouring through the top of their heads, filling them up until they're totally whole and healed now. And allow that light to give them any resources they needed to fully embrace who they are, their love for themselves, and self-acceptance. And giving them a hug, letting them know that you love them and you're proud of them, and have them merge into you and grow up to be that person with all those resources in place and available for you to use now. And then allowing any versions of you to come forward that sought validation or approval from others. And having those versions of you stand in front of you now, saying out loud to them, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And seeing an infinite source of love, light, healing, wisdom, and understanding pouring through the top of their heads, filling them up until they're totally whole and healed now, and allowing the universe through that light to give them whatever resources they needed to validate themselves. And then giving your inner selves a hug, letting them know that you love them and you're proud of them, and have them merge into you and grow up to be the person you are today, with all of those resources in place and available for you to use. And then allowing any versions of you to come forward where you suppressed a piece of yourself. Maybe you suppressed your voice, you suppressed something that you loved or a hobby. Maybe you suppressed part of your truth so that others would like you, accept you, or even so that others wouldn't cancel you. Bringing those versions of you to stand in front of you now and saying out loud to them, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. See an infinite source of love, light, healing, wisdom, and understanding pouring through the top of your head, filling you up until you're totally whole and healed now. See that light from the universe giving these younger versions of you what they needed at that time to fully express their full truth. Younger versions of you a hug, and letting them know that you love them and you're proud of them, and have them merge into you and grow up to be the person you are today with all of those resources in place and available for you to use. forward any version of you that didn't take ownership, accountability, or responsibility for their role in a challenge, in a conflict, in a failure. Allowing those versions to come out of you now. And as they stand in front of you, saying out loud to them, "I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you." And then seeing an infinite source of love, light, healing, wisdom, and understanding pouring through the tops of their heads, filling them up until they're totally whole and healed now. And allow the universe to give them, through that light, the resources they needed to take full responsibility and ownership for their role in things. Then giving this younger version of you a hug. And have them merge into you and grow up to be the person you are today, with all of those resources in place and available for you to use. And now asking your unconscious mind, trusting the very first thing that pops into your head, asking what you need to release, what belief systems, what patterns, what identities do you need to release for you to find your truth, for you to step into the most truthful and authentic version of you. And as you become aware of these beliefs that are not yours but are someone else's, imagine that you're taking a nice deep breath in, gathering up all of these beliefs that are not yours, that stop you from being your most authentic and true version of you. And as you exhale, blowing these beliefs out through your mouth into a gigantic balloon. Those beliefs have been breathed out into this balloon, go ahead and cut cords with the balloon, releasing the old, knowing that these beliefs are no longer present in you, creating space for you to identify new beliefs that serve you. As these old beliefs float off into the universe, setting an intention now to the new belief or the new story that you plan to tell yourself that will allow you to step into the most authentic and true version of who you are. Once you know these new beliefs or new stories that you'll tell yourself, set the intention into your unconscious mind that you will begin to look for evidence to prove these new beliefs right. And then asking your unconscious mind, what is the new level of standard that you will be creating and living by in your life? When we are aligned with the lower vibrational energy of Leo and Aquarius, we begin to shrink down. We accept other people's standards and not our own. becoming aware now of the new standards that you will live and play by as you tap into the higher vibrations of Leo and Aquarius. What are your new standards around self-love, around self-forgiveness, around being your authentic self? Around raising the consciousness of the collective. Once you have those answers, coming back into your body, thanking yourself for showing up for you today. Taking a nice deep cleansing breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. You might like to wiggle your fingers and toes or wrap yourself in a hug. When you're ready, come back into the room. And I would encourage you to take a moment to journal on your new standards, your new belief systems, and any other messages that came through for you during this meditation. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.